Okay,
Okay, it's 1 o'clock on July 14th. I'd like to call the Environmental Services Committee meeting to order. Do we have any pecuniary interest?
None known.
None here. Circulation of prior minutes. They were approved at our last council meeting in June. Any questions on any of that?
No.
We'll move on. Health and safety. Looking at the reports, it looks like it's standard information regarding the present situation at the building, at
Can I
the office.
say,
Yes,
I'm looking forward to the day
that this is blank.
that this. That we don't see the standard
Yes.
information.
so
Sorry, I know.
Yeah, we all are.
I couldn't resist.
No, okay, I'll move that we accept the Environmental Services Joint Health and Safety Committee inspection sheets.
Seconded.
Okay, so now we're down to new business already, and we're gonna ask the manager of environmental services, Jay Verstraeten, to give us the story.
Some updates from previous months. Associated Engineers are going to be doing a presentation to the village council July 16th. I do believe we're doing that in an in-camera session for
I think
a couple
so.
reasons, so. There will be information provided on pass forward and some different options and staged upgrades for that. They're looking at getting the system up and running, and they're also looking at, you know, different potential ways for future growth and things that might be coming down with some potential village growth here in the near future. So they've laid it out. It's a 121-page report.
Yeah.
But Michael will be down doing a presentation on Thursday. I believe it's at 1 or 1:30.
I have 1 o'clock.
I have one, I think, yes.
I just want to confirm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I know he's gonna come in a little early to set up, but
I'm interviewing at TSL, but I have a break from 12:30 to 2:30. So I'm coming over here. Perfect, works out perfect. I can take that meeting.
Okay.
On Thursday, so I'll be here as close I can to the start time.
And then just for another update on the digester, we've been dealing with the existing contract, and the CAO has been working on some of those details, trying to get us some information. Light St. Clair Street sewer lining is well on its way. They're continuing the work this week. All the storm sewers are completed. From what I understand, they're moved over to sanitary. There hasn't been too many. There's been a few questions about what's going on, but it's been going fairly smooth. They had to make a couple juggles in the schedule to work with a couple of the businesses, but it worked out good. So I haven't heard back from anybody with any complaints. So
That's good news.
I just want to question, so the one complaint about the end time being 11 o'clock. But these people came from out of town.
they
Right?
are, yeah, they're out of
And
GTA.
We need to give them maximum hours so they can get the work done. And go back.
Yeah.
And it's
This-
because we couldn't find anybody locally to do the work.
There is nobody locally.
There's
that
nobody
does this.
locally?
They
So,
fit this work in during the soccer
That's-
games in Toronto.
well, I just want to make the point of why it's 11 o'clock. It's,
And it's not uncommon for municipalities to authorize
okay,
contractors to do work, extended hours, and.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
this type of work, it's a significant amount of work that needs to be done in
Yeah.
the least amount of time as possible. If we were to give them extended hours, it would cost the village
Right.
more. Because we're paying more per diems, we're paying, you know,
Right.
all the costs for hotels and meals and everything else.
we all know that, but the public wouldn't have known that. So I just want to make that point
Yeah.
of why it's such a long time. And we did ask Jim, reached out and said, please don't start till 7 AM because they were starting 6:30 and stuff. So
Yeah.
they go 7 to 11. That's what they're doing, right?
Okay.
Well, they're not working, I think, anywhere close to 11 o'clock.
Okay.
No,
But if they were in the
They
middle
have
of
the
something, they
ability to,
could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
most day, they're trying to get wrapped up by the 7.
Okay. So 12-hour day.
You know, obviously, once they've started a section, if there's a reason it takes so long, you can't stop and restart. Like, they have to finish manhole to manhole.
Yes.
Okay.
And they get it in, it's a curing process, it takes time. So it's the type of work that once they've started, you know, and if they didn't start and they left, you know, started every day at 3 o'clock, they wrapped up.
Right. It's
The
just
cost of the project would be significantly
but
higher
people-
because.
Yeah.
We'd have to pay
And
for all
longer.
that downtime, and it would have been a 3.5 week project,
Yeah.
so.
But
Yeah.
that's never been explained anywhere, so I just wanted to make that
No.
point of
Yeah.
why. And they came from out of town and we're lucky to find somebody to do the specialized work.
Yes.
The new environmental services building, so the building is progressing. We had a meeting yesterday, one of our regular scheduled construction meetings. There's been a number of delays. These delays, I mean, told are due to the building supplier themselves. The last remaining load of building material was supposed to be delivered today. There's supposed to be a meeting sometime today with the engineer to confirm that everything is on site and done. Before we'll even consider doing any payment certificates and that, so. Hopefully, after this meeting, we'll have some answers if everything's here. I'm hoping to start either next week or the week after, internally to start relocating some of the earth that in the berm towards the fry part of the bridge parking lot. Start getting it spread out, getting it look a little nicer. I did talk to Mike. I know they're down one loader, one's in for repairs, so trying to work things out to make sure that, you know, I'm not gonna have the loader in our department and then they have stuff planned too, so. We're working together with that, try to get some of that done and sped up. We have an agreement signed and sent in with Enbridge now for the gas services. And then a revised schedule, I'm hoping to have that by the end of the day tomorrow. But I asked them not to, they were gonna try to start it yesterday, but asked them to wait and make sure that this load actually shows up today. Otherwise, it's not gonna be an accurate schedule, so hopefully tomorrow at the latest, I'll actually have a new schedule for the project. The new generator at Venetian, we're just waiting to get some underground conduits sorted out and to get the concrete down, and then that'll be getting put in place and connected. Hoping to have it done, the concrete done by the end of the month. All the services for 1600 Venetian development, they're all completed, so the water, the sewer, the storm, it's all in connected. Road repairs have been completed now.
That's the apartment building, right?
No, this is all the townhouses.
Oh, okay, that's 1600 is the development.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So everything there was a complaint came in from the county public works department to me. I distributed out with Mike and that, had to do with some garbage and that, and I also reached out to Danny, who's the site inspector, project manager for it. He assured me that he was gonna deal with it right away, so I haven't heard anything since then, so I'm assuming it was all cleared, cleaned up and rectified. I'm not sure who.
Oh, I'm just trying to figure this out. So was the garbage left on the road and that's why the county's involved?
There was in the complaint, there was about garbage on the road.
Okay.
Water bottles.
Okay, because it's their road, so that
Yeah,
explains
and
why.
there was a complaint about some of the grass along the site that was getting a little long and that. So
Okay,
there's a few things, I think they reached out to the county because
Okay.
it is a county road.
Yeah.
And then they passed it to me, and then I called Dobbin Engineering.
Okay.
And let Mike know too that there's some issues there.
thank you.
So just a question on that. So Cope is off the site now? Cause it looks like they moved all their machinery except for their trailer.
Yeah, Cope should be.
Okay.
complete, like everything is done. Far as I know, unless there's other work they've been contracted, as far as the servicing
Yeah,
goes.
yeah, that's what I
It's all
mean.
done.
Okay.
And
And
don't know if they have any other.
inspections are complete and everything.
I'm waiting for some forms from Dobbin, so there are some forms that have to be submitted to the village. So, and we require them to be able to give them to the MECP if they request them, so.
Okay.
That's in the works. They've, there's been emails back and forth with the building department. And Dobbin, so they are working at getting
Okay,
them to me.
Good, thank you.
I just don't know when. Near future.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay, and then, yeah, last point was just the documentation that was coming. Work management, so we have our 4 full-time employees. In the department, we have our 1 temporary summer employee. The CAO is working with the union to look at the approved position for the department. And once we've submitted some of the information to the union, once it goes back and forth, we're expecting to have a few meetings with the union over the new position. And then we'll be able to get it posted and hopefully get some good applicants for it. Training, all the staff are doing the required training to maintain their licenses, and we're following the village matrix supplied by the health and safety coordinator. Certifications, everybody in the department has the required certifications to operate. Treatment plant, all the preventative maintenance is being tracked through our work order system, and all the general housekeeping and stuff is being done as normal as in schedule. The admin building, so all the existing admin building, all the current issues are still there, and that will hopefully be a non-issue here very shortly. I have renewed a number of existing service contracts with our contractors, so Tormont Cat. We renewed a service contract for servicing almost all the generators in the village. Basically all of them other than 2 are I take care of doing that. There's the one here at the office and the fire hall that are done separately. We have seen an increase in the cost, but we work back and forth to try to minimize that increase, and I think we've got a fair deal through them, and we did have multiple bidders. We had other companies bid on it, so I think we got the best deal that we could considering the original numbers that came in were significantly higher in their proposals. Working on several small scale capital projects, and they're all moving forward nicely. And then all annual preventative maintenance is being completed. For inspections, I haven't had any inspections for this period. The wastewater infrastructure, everything's in good operational condition to the best of our knowledge. We're working with In Situ Form on the sewer lining, which is going forward well. We will be starting, I've been working with Badger to start out our camera work, which was approved in the capital budget, which is one of our regular flushing and camera, plus it's part of it is going to be used as our asset management. So we start having a record of our condition assessments on a regular basis. So that should be starting up in August. Drinking water infrastructure, everything is in good working condition. Valve turning for the year has been completed. All the hydrant flushings were completed. And we have staff out working, painting some hydrants, doing hydrant maintenance. We purchased a number of new reflective hydrant markers. I did speak with the fire department to make sure they wanted to continue using them. They're the round ones that go on the side ports. They assured me they wanted to keep up on that, so we did purchase some that need to be you know, to replace all the damaged and missing ones. MECP. So we got all of our documents that were still in their possession from the annual inspection. They returned those the other week to us, so the inspection is 100% complete and finalized. Stormwater infrastructure, working with Toromont Cat on the diesel replacements. The ones in, they haven't started the second unit yet. There's a few electrical things that they're working between Toromont's engineers and the electrician getting sorted out on the first one. We want to make sure that first one was 100% complete and reliable before we remove the second one. Our catch basin list, it is an ongoing list. There are a number of catch basin repairs that need to be done. A number of these are going to require coordination with Law's Aqua staff, being that they're in a close proximity to the transmission mains. I'm gonna reach out to Clinton at Law's to try to speed it, because a few of these have been dragging on for a significant amount of time, and I'm surprised that we haven't got calls from some of the residents that are close by these ones that need to be fixed. So I'd like to see them done sooner than later.
Just a question on that, are they the ones identified with the pylons?
Yeah,
There's some on
Yeah.
Street where these,
there's one at the end of Kendall. The Kendall in Michigan that it's been temporarily repaired, but it needs a complete replacement.
there's one on Monk.
There's one in Monk. It's drawing a line, but there's one other one that we have to look at that's close to a Law's main. So we'll need their
Venetian.
policy.
Venetian, or is that was
There
the
is-
one you did, I thought, was it? Anyways, it's just,
I'll have to
okay.
draw a blank on the third one. There's at least
Fine.
3 that are gonna require Law's staff or
Okay.
Aqua staff to be on site. So I need to get that completed. The Lambton County planned road work down under the bridge at Waterfront Park. We had all the camera and flushing work done, continue to work out what needs to be done there, and I need to reach out. I haven't spoke to anyone from the county. They told me they would let me know when they were getting ready to go to tender. I haven't heard from any of the county people on that, so I need to touch base with them and Mike as well to see if they've been working or contacting him. But there is some work that has to be done there on storm infrastructure, and it's supposed to be part of the tender process. So we need to make sure that that gets added in, but nobody, like I said, I haven't heard any more since a previous meeting, which is a little while ago now. So I'm assuming.
Mike hasn't either. I
No.
brought it up
Okay,
earlier.
yeah,
He
so,
hasn't had any. I just brought it up for information.
yeah, and I've been, they told me they'd reach out when they were
Yeah.
getting,
So there's work on the storm sewers that's been identified from your camera work?
yeah, we did, a couple years ago, we did a bunch of patchwork
Mm-hmm.
along
yes,
the curve there. Just as temporary, they were temporary repairs until they got it all worked out how and what they were gonna do there. There's the land deal, some agreements that had to be done with Federal Bridge for the widening there. So the way it was set up is when they went out to tender, they would add any additional work required into the tender. We had a couple meetings early. I just haven't heard back from them, so.
We should probably reach out to them.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, they're talking about doing that work in September.
Yeah, and
So
that's
they're gonna be
that's
going to
why I put
tender
it in
very
my
soon.
report that. Was surprised that they haven't done one. I thought maybe it got postponed, but I'll reach out to Glenn Miller and them and find out where we're at.
Yep, I think that would be a wise thing to do.
Vehicles and equipment, all of our vehicles and equipment are well maintained, safe working condition. As far as health and safety. We did have a few broken pieces of concrete on the ground again underneath the bridge. I met with 3 of the Federal Bridge staff the other day. They took some pictures, they took some of the concrete with them. And they're gonna send up, they believe it is possibly stuff I don't know, there's the conduit that all runs, it's suspended under the bridge. They're thinking it might have been stuff that had been stuck, they're sitting on top of
Sitting
the
on top.
conduit or stuck in between from when they did all the
Mm.
work last year. They're gonna send staff up and do an inspection, see if they can find anything that's actually come off the bridge itself. Or whether they find more debris on the conduits. So, we'll be getting something back from them in the near future and I'll put an update in next month's report.
Just on that, is it an investigation report or something filed here with us?
Not at this point, no.
Not an official report because we find concrete? I'm a little troubled by that.
Well, there was question about whether or not it came from the bridge.
Yeah,
We can't physically,
No.
or we can't see. Before we could actually see where it was falling from. This is, and they're smaller, they're significantly smaller
Yeah.
pieces, like some of them are literally the size of maybe a loony. So then with all the other work around, there was questions. Could have maybe have got.
well, I'm
trapped.
just like, there's been a history of.
There's a
Yeah, in the
history.
past.
There is a history.
There's definitely a history of,
Yeah.
maybe not an incident, a report on this specific
Yeah,
incident, but there are
Yeah.
past incidents for sure that
Okay.
are recorded.
yeah, I think,
Yeah.
you know, I'd like to treat this fairly serious.
Yeah, I can do up a report. Problem, the only reason I didn't is until they do get up and have a look and see
Yeah.
if they can find that
But-
it is that.
Even just to document the occurrence of finding it, right? That way we know.
Yeah, and it's just then as soon as I do that, we're gonna have to have some kind of a plan in place and. We have to do our own investigation, which
Okay.
there's,
Which we can't.
there's really nothing we
Okay.
can do because it's on federal. Property, so it's, we make a note of it that we found it and then they do
Yeah.
the investigation, is we can't
Yeah.
get up there,
So,
we
yeah.
can't. We basically have to just rely on them to give us the information. If it came from the bridge or if they find more on that conduit ducting,
Okay, so,
staff are aware of it. They're staying, they're only in that area where they have to be.
no impact on the construction?
Nope,
Okay.
no impact on the construction. It's on the other side of the aeration tank, so.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Security, don't have any security issues at this time. Capital. Budget review. Just, we continue to work on trying to get all of our capital projects for the year done and wrapped up. I did submit to the treasurer. I went back a number of years and I went through all the different GL accounts that had zeros, like projects that were not complete to be carried over that don't show dollar values. We're meeting on Monday to go through that list, and try to sort out, figure out where we are as far as dollar values and, some of them that might have got ended or completed, where those funds, which reserve, how they got put back, where that is. There's a
Okay.
couple that are showing zeros that we were hoping that by budget time, we were hoping they were gonna be completed by the end of the year. They didn't happen. They showed zeros, so I have no idea
Where the funds are.
it never. A few of them that we knew at the time of budget, we had put forward in the budget book. The other ones that were questionable, we were hoping they were gonna be done, never got moved, so I'm not sure. How the treasurer handled those ones, so we may, if the money went back into a reserve. Then I'll come back to another meeting and ask that money put back. Into the account. But it was previously approved. So I don't think it would be taking it back out of the reserves to finish the project.
Just on that, am I mistaken? We haven't, to my recollection, we haven't moved any money into reserves. Yet, like normally at council,
Yeah, no,
we've, we instruct. The treasurer to make some journal entries to move stuff into reserves and we haven't done that yet
no, we haven't
for
done that.
25. Okay,
Is this part of the reason, like, she was making a report of projects that carried over? and weren't done. She was
This is
accounting,
part of it, yeah.
she was accounting for the different money.
With
What
the
should-
accounts that I
yeah.
have in question, there's approximately $960,000 that I'm asking to know where. You know, where we're at with it.
We can ask her in the next meeting.
Well, I would just let them go through the process
Okay.
on
Yeah,
Monday.
we
I
have a
think.
list.
Oh,
I've given her a list.
Yeah.
Just the way everything's scheduled, we were gonna try to meet this week and she had meetings, I had meetings,
Yeah.
stuff going on, we couldn't do it. So Monday, we're gonna get together.
Okay.
We're gonna go through it all on Monday. We should have some answers next week and
Well, let's go.
work on the engineering for the Mara Simpson Light Church Street. Engineering for road reconstruction and underground services is still moving forward. Forwarded CCT files to Dobbin for review. They'll be going through all that and hopefully before budget time, we'll be able to have some numbers to look at and then we can start looking for whether it's a reserve, start building reserve or some grants that might come up. We'll at least be ready to move forward on that.
Okay.
So I am looking from when I was in Niagara at our water convention, there was a lot of discussion on our new ECAs. And that were brought out the last couple of years. So one of the things I had money in for an ECA review with a consultant to try to make sure we were complying and everything was in place. That's one of the projects that I'm not sure where we're at. So until I know that, I can't really do anything until we know if those funds are still available. But I do want to get that set up after the conference or during the conference. There's a lot of conversation in the workshops about what's required. They talk about different, sampling and monitoring programs that we're supposed to have, and there's a lot of confusion whether, is it a major event? Do we have to do this on a regular basis? It's not clearly laid out in the ECAs, so I want to get a consultant in and make sure. I actually had the MECP inspector at the plant last week when he dropped the documents off from the water inspection. So I was asking him a lot of these questions. And even the inspectors couldn't give us this, he couldn't give me an answer. He was gonna go back and talk to some of his colleagues and his supervisors. He told me, send him an email with some of these questions. And they're gonna try to get us some answers, but it's one of those things that they can't even answer us.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how we're supposed to make sure that we're, I read it one way, they might read it a different. We need
Absolutely.
to get this all cleared out. And it's not just here, it seems to be province-wide. There's
Yeah.
a lot of questions.
Well, thanks for trying to clarify that. That's important.
And then planning for the 2027 budget, I'm gonna start looking at that rate shortly. We're not that far away before we need to start getting some numbers.
That's right.
I know the deputy chief had an item on his meeting about some two-port fire hydrants. We've talked about it. We kind of have a plan in our minds that we agreed on as far as a multi-year program to change them out. Of course, at this time, we don't know, haven't figured out funding for that. It's gonna be a significant amount of money to do it, so there's some different options that are out there, but it's definitely something I wanna keep working on. I'd like to try to get some feedback from council on their thoughts on it, because when I go out to get pricing, it could be a very different scenario if I'm doing one-offs versus if we can put out a contract that says we're gonna do X amount of hydrants for the next 3 years, if we awarded that as a contract, we might be able to get a significant savings. So it's something over the next little while. As I'm trying to get numbers, if I can get some feedback from council, it'd be nice to give me a better scope of what I need to put out there to get a budget number. Rather than just doing one-off items, so.
Just a question on that. So this comes out of your budget? Like the maintenance of the hydrants, like you just said here that you guys ordered, the maintenance comes out, the actual,
The maintenance comes out of
themselves?
this replacement program to get rid of all the 2-foot hydrants. I'm not sure how we're gonna fund that. The hydrants are part of the water system. That being said, the hydrants that are there for the water system, they
They're-
work for what we need. They don't necessarily work as well for the
Well,
fire apparatus,
but
so
they're there for.
they're there for fire
They're
protection.
specifically for fire, but
Um,
yet they come out of your budget, so it's nice to see that there's some dialogue going on.
Yeah, and that's
About
what,
this,
that's,
because this is huge, this
you
project.
know, we have talked about. And we've looked at other options that other municipalities have done. And currently do as far as providing some funding towards fire protection.
Today, there's no funding for this,
No,
really. It's not covered, like, it's
like,
all those is included in your water budget. It's not included in.
there's no
no
plan,
fund for it,
there's been no.
similar to
plan.
storm
Yeah.
sewer.
Right now, there's zero plan to fund
Yeah,
this project. So we're gonna have to come up
come
with
up with,
some,
because I know, yeah, fire protection charge, some municipalities have it.
yeah, there's, like I said, we don't know, and that's part of the reason I wanna try to get. A little bit of feedback, so I know. Is this something, there's about 31 hydrants. Do we wanna do it over 2 years, 3 years, 6 years? And that's something with, I'll work with the fire department back and forth, like what do they see as?
Prioritize.
Yeah, like Rick and I have spoke about it and he's going to work, we've provided him with a list of all the hydrants. They're gonna go through and do a priority list on those hydrants, which ones they wanna see. First to last, based on location and what buildings are around them and that, so. There's some work to be done, but again, at some point before I start asking for people to give me numbers, it would be nice to have an idea of what council would like to see as well. If it's a, 2-year project or a 6-year project, it's going to make a difference if we can do a contract where we're gonna do 10 hydrants, for the next 3 years and sign a contract over, well, I got money to do 1 this year and 2 next year. The longer we wait, the more they're gonna be. That's
Absolutely.
just the way it is, and I'd like to get something set up so it's an actual planned start finish.
I don't think anybody's gonna dispute the need and like from talking with Rick this morning, it's also gonna be a new council,
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
We'd have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, can we be making decisions that affect?
well, I'm not asking for a decision, I'm just trying to get some
With a
feedback.
plan, right?
To-
I
Well,
think,
it makes
kinda-
more sense to do a
Just to
plan,
know,
Yeah.
just,
but,
I think a
And that-
priority list would be a big start.
yeah,
and that's,
Right,
we
and then
talked
we-
about that with.
Then we know how many are more
Yeah.
urgent, and then you can make your plan from there.
Right, we talked about prioritizing.
I think that would maybe be first step, but
and we are working on that, so.
keep
There'll be
working.
more to come. Community feedback. I don't have any community feedback to give. We don't have any events coming up and I don't have any closing comments.
Any other questions? It's a lot of information. Your department's very busy.
Sorry, I should have written it down. Oh, I wrote myself a note to send a thank you note to Aqua, for once again, we were gonna do that. Send notes to people that gave to us,
Oh, for the,
yeah, for
Yeah,
Canada
they did.
Day, so I
Yeah.
twigged myself a reminder. And this, what did we say? Oh, this weekend is busy weekend. So it's Mackinac, the Rotary Breakfast,
Bridge bash.
Bridge Bash. And then at the end of the month, on July 31st, is the final car show, not final car show, the car show for July, sorry.
Yeah.
So those are, I like, especially the Mackinac event down that way is impactful.
Yeah.
Generally.
So are you involved with that for water?
No.
Okay,
They,
I'm surprised.
the Optimus will, like, all we do is we'll hook up the water.
Oh, that's what I mean, like you
Just
hook
the-
up the
it's just the
water.
one.
Okay,
And it's just a spigot in the ground.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
Well, over the
There's
years,
really-
they put in easy hookups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, for electrical and that, so it's not a big deal. to
Yeah, and I believe,
Power up and everything.
yeah, I believe they put a permanent. They put the electrical
Yeah.
permanent. down.
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
permanent now.
Yeah.
Yeah, for us, it's just a matter of,
So it's a lot
Okay.
easier,
Putting a
work than
spigot
it
in
used to
and-
be.
Yeah.
yeah, there's not much.
So all we need is weather.
Yes.
Yep. Well, nothing else there. Thank you very much. You guys, your department is busy, working hard as usual, and try to stay cool.
Oh, the one thing that was emphasized when the operations group was here is just following the appropriate protocols with staff and breaks, and you know that, I'm just bringing it up for safety perspective.
Oh, for the heat.
For the
Yeah.
heat, because of the high
Yeah.
heat.
Yeah.
Because the message is like over this whole week, I think it's gonna be, like today was going up to 35, and Mike said operations was doing it, and one day people left early.
Yeah, and it's, some of it's hard because we have locates going
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
They're out doing the locates.
Yeah,
There's a lot of locates actually going in. We actually, we keep redoing locates in one part of town here, for Bell. Some of the staff had a interesting conversation with a gentleman I need to call when I get back. He's not very happy about it, but, a lot of people are they're ripping flags out, locate flags out, and then people will, the contractor ends up calling back in for a relocate because all the flags are gone.
isn't
So
that an offense?
I don't know.
they're not supposed to, but
Well, more than not supposed to. Like,
it's hard because
It could be
people,
dangerous.
they cut the grass, I'm gonna cut my grass, and then they rip the flag out, and then we find them laying on the ground, and. Other ones you do see, I've seen them in the past, people
Yeah.
walking with their children, and, there's a little innocent child walking along.
Fix them up.
who is G-Tel? Who are
They
they?
do the
Does it
locate.
They
That's who's
do,
doing them.
yeah, so,
They're on Michigan Ave right now.
yeah, G-Tel does like Union and Bridge.
Okay,
A lot of the hydro, like, not Blue Water Power, but
okay,
they'll do different services, so they do Cogeco and the gas, and
I've just been seeing the trucks and
they're a service contract.
okay,
That does a lot of the utilities. So the village, like, we do our own for water, sewer, storm, hydro does their own. Like Blue Water Power does their own. But that's who they are.
thank you.
Just a question on this. Do we have a village or municipal heat stress protocol?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, just,
you have to.
well, I know, that's why I'm just
Yeah,
checking, right?
and that's
Because
why I-
you don't use it very often, but lately, the last number of years, more and more and
We
more.
use it every year.
Yeah,
Right.
I know, we talked about it last year, and we have the color code system.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
as in the plants, and
Okay, yes, okay. I thought we did, but I thought I'd just ask. Cause I know it's important.
we're not getting in any trouble.
Okay,
Help it.
I'll move a receive and file the monthly report. Okay, any other new business?
No, just a comment, again, fires first this morning, and again, they, wanted to highlight how well you guys are working together with,
Yeah,
letting them use the old building and,
no, it's been great.
and again, with this hydrant project, you guys are working collaboratively, and he wanted to bring that up.
No, it's been. We're great transitions, working great
Yeah.
for our department. I'm glad they're able to utilize the facility and. You know,
Yeah,
it's a
they're very-
benefit to us too, because
they're
I know,
excited.
they've done it. Toured some of the newer people, most of the volunteer fire people haven't actually got to go through the building. So, they took some of them through the buildings, and it's better for us if something happens.
Absolutely.
They now realize it's not
Yeah.
just what you see from the ground.
No,
There's multiple buildings that have 2 stories in the ground, right? So.
well, it's an
Could
investment.
work out good too after I go up and down all those stairs.
Well, maybe I'll come over and walk with you. With the step. We'll have a competition. Stair climbing.
Yeah. Fundraiser.
Yeah, well,
There
they
you
do that
go.
at,
We got one.
they do that in Toronto.
Oh, Treadmaster.
There you go. We'll do it. See if we raise money for the hydrants. Okay, well, let's look at, since we're talking money, environmental services monthly financial statement. Worship, anything pop out at you on this?
No, it was just a one repair on Alexandra, but 149. So one of those you go into it not knowing how much it's gonna cost. Like it's 149.9.
Yeah,
Oh, on the
That-
Alexander
oh,
Storm
yeah.
Station?
yeah,
Yes, so that one there,
Just, I
the
mean,
reason for that
Yeah.
was. That is the camera, the CCT camera flushing and camera work down under the bridge.
oh, okay,
The reason we put that there. Was when we did our budget. We didn't know that the county, because the county budget came after ours.
okay,
We didn't know that the county was going forward with that
okay,
project under the bridge. So then it's our responsibility to do that underground.
okay,
So at the time I got the quote to do it, we didn't have a line item for it, because we didn't know about it at budget time. So I talked with Jim and Jane, and we decided we would put it in there as an overage. And then later in the year, we can see, there might be, some.
something like applied
It
it,
might have to be moved
Yeah.
around or something might
Okay.
have to be done, but that's the reason that that one's so high.
I knew you'd know,
We just didn't have a place to
Okay.
fund that, so.
yep, that's,
That was-
it's just a placeholder.
Yeah, I had invoices that had to be
Yep.
paid,
Yep.
so I can put them there, and then we'll have to do some changes later on when we know where we're at.
Okay. Thank you.
I just have one, I made a comment last month, I think, about looked like we were behind on our sales. Well, I compared to a year ago, and we're actually higher. When I compare back to a year ago, not by a lot, but so really, the numbers looked low, but I guess they're within a couple percent,
Maybe
so.
it was lagging.
Yeah, so, but and if anybody's watering grass this time of year, it won't lag for long.
No,
So my bill's gonna be crazy.
I fall asleep when you're filling up your pool.
Yeah.
You topping up the pool,
Yeah, forget I turned the hoses on and
yeah, till the morning,
yeah. Till it's dark.
It's happened.
yeah, yeah,
Nothing.
I did it.
Somebody I know closely as well. It's that far from overflowing.
So is mine, it's with all the rain that we've had too.
Yeah, I got a question, or not, I guess it's kind of a question on the stormwater fees. Nice to see those included in the financial report. And it looks like the numbers look different than, well, they're all split out as separate revenues versus we had put in one budget amount. And based on that, we're a little short, but that doesn't include, we haven't got anything from the bridge yet on that, but it's good to see that they're being captured. It's in the wastewater financial one, or is it the wastewater?
Stormwater.
Stormwater, yeah, so anyways, I was happy to see that because I've been anxiously awaiting to see revenue there. So that's good. Any other questions on that one? Okay, if not, then I'll move that we receive the financial reports for June. Okay. Okay, next meeting date will be,
In September.
see you in September. September 8th, 1 PM. And I'll move to adjourn.